nouvel épisode sur The Stanley Parable où on va essayer de faire un maximum de fins. Donc... Ok, donc, il y a de temps en temps des claviers. Donc c'est 419, 423 l'assistant du truc, 434 ou le 434 c'est pas vous. Donc ça laisse 419, 423, 423, oui 423. On peut récivre, d'accord. C'est le 419 du coup. Put received. Ok, on va monter. Un achievement que j'aimerais obtenir aussi au passage.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom.
Il y a un truc là-dessus.
No reason to still be here.
En fait, il suffit juste de rester dans le... Ok.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Ok, il y a une fin là-dessus. Ok, donc on va faire cette fin là.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Bon, on va rester. On va faire la fin.
You realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
C'est trop bien.
To you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh oui, oh, dites-moi vraiment que j'ai
Stanley was
l'attention.
fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and
Oh
hookers.
merde.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming. so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is
Je vais
not
tout
lost
tester.
on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Putain, il y a un truc aussi, il y a un petit... Oh, c'est très très drôle ça par contre. Ah putain, c'est ça là, celui que je cherchais. J'ai trouvé celui que je cherchais. On le fera après. C'est pas des fins, en gros. Non, j'ai l'impression que c'est pas des fins. Ouais, c'est pas des fins. C'est juste des achievements. Alors, attendez. Ok, donc ça...
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Ok, bah du coup, hop.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Et là, c'est une autre fin.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence
Ça, c'est une
in a
des fins.
single moment for no
C'est la fin
reason at
insane.
all. None of it made any
En gros, on est fou.
logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Salut à toi, Cloud
And
Walker,
for
comment
that
tu vas?
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Oui, bah, oui, ce serait facile, j'ai compris
This
ça.
is all too strange. This can't be real.
Donne-moi la fin.
He came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Tu peux revoir une porte.
I'm dreaming!
Non.
He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally
merde.
found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Et du coup, je vais vous montrer la fin que je pensais. Celle que j'avais entendue, et en fait, c'est pas juste rester debout dans la pièce sans rien faire. Il y a un autre truc à faire en fait.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Oui, les amulettes, elle a un radius.
He knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in
Et en
fact
dehors de
a
ce radius,
dream.
elle a pas d'effet.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
Ah oui, c'est vraiment une des fins, quoi.
Mattress on his back.
C'est la fin insane.
Fresh air of a world outside this one.
C'est trop bien.
Let me wake up.
Et du coup, en fait, sur le clavier, on a fait le 419, on a fait le 403. Apparemment, en fait, il faut faire les 4 pour avoir un achievement spécial. Mais il y a une fin à faire avant, qui est très drôle.
I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Je vais bien, tout va bien. Oh non! C'est pas fini!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Je pensais vraiment que ça viendrait là-dessus. Mais en fait, la fin, elle est ultra
And
longue!
everything went black.
Ah. Ah, tu m'étonnes que t'as eu peur, du coup, que le
This
cœur.
is the story of a woman named
Si tu te dis qu'elle a marché.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed,
Attends, mais qu'est-ce qu'il raconte là?
and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments,
C'est quoi cette
she
fin?
considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment,
C'est quoi
she
cette
thought to
fin?
herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am
Oh,
in
merde.
control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions on her would affect her career.
Oh damn, la fin!
The rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Ah, cette fin! Elle est trop bien! Mais du coup, je veux faire la fin que moi je voulais faire. Qui est la plus drôle. C'est celle-ci.
But
Voilà.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never
Fin.
been trained for that.
C'est une fin.
This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Cette fin, quoi, genre juste tu fermes la porte, c'est fini. Donc ça c'était la fin Reluctant. On a fait donc Reluctant, on a fait Insane, on a fait Life, on a fait Bomb. Il nous reste Escaped, Museum. Sur le chemin, on suit la porte de gauche. Et après, il y a deux autres. Enfin, il y a une, deux, trois, 4, 5, 6, 7 autres fins sur les autres chemins sur la porte de droite. Donc on va refaire porte de gauche.
This was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would
Normalement,
never leave it again.
là on a rentré, là on a rentré, ok. Là on doit l'avoir normalement sur le bureau en haut. Il a trop de fins ce jeu. Stanley Parable, il a vraiment trop de fins. Là il en reste encore 7. 7 fins différentes. J'ai un schéma en gros qui nous explique à chaque choix les choix différents qui peuvent avoir lieu. Ça n'a aucun sens. Donc le broom c'est juste un test. Donc là on a fait insane où on descend. Donc nous on va là-haut. Donc il faut aller sur le bureau là. Oui, voilà. Ok, input received. Donc ça c'est bon.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
J'ai mis que des 8.
8.
Yay. Ok, donc là maintenant, on a le back out. Donc en gros, c'est juste on se barre. J'ai l'impression. Pas ça? Non? C'est quoi le back out? D'accord, donc là en fait il nous a fait... Ok, on est sur une mauvaise pente. En fait il nous a automatiquement skippé le truc. Donc là on peut faire que muséum. Ok. Donc on va faire muséum. Donc pour muséum, au lieu d'aller dans le centre de contrôle mental, il faut justement partir dans le escape et suivre escape. Je crois qu'elle reste la même. Je crois qu'elle bouge pas à la vitesse de marche de Ratos. Alors, du coup. Et donc là, voilà, au lieu d'aller dans le main control facility, on doit aller dans l'escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Bon, on va voir. Ah oui, c'est ça, c'est supérieur à Third et tout ça. Ok.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get.
Comme c'était supérieur à Third, ok, c'est en fonction du nombre d'essais qu'on a mis.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Ok. Ça va être la fin musée.
Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise. He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Ah.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the
Changement de narrateur.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Quoi?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh damn! Et les crédits du jeu! Ah, c'est trop bien! Oh, cette fin elle est géniale! C'est peut-être pas ma fin préférée, mais... Mais elle est vraiment sympa!
They're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you?
Oh. Donc là on peut l'entendre parler. Oh c'est trop marrant. Employee lounge. Ah c'est trop drôle. J'adore cette fin. Vraiment le... Oh, en fait dans un musée. Ah bah c'est la freedom, oui. Freedom ending. L'ascenseur. Il y a des leviers. Les ending levers. D'accord, mais ça on l'a pas. Oh, d'accord. C'est marrant. C'est pas la range qui augmente, c'est le nombre d'utilisations. Ah, attendez. D'accord, on peut prendre une vend pour... Ah non, maintenant c'est revenir là. Confusion ending. Ah, confusion, je la vois. Ok, ok. Donc ça c'est confusion ending, donc celle-là on aimerait la faire justement. Ok. Ok, la confusion ending, ça j'aimerais bien la faire. Ok, c'est sûr que 15 secondes, ok, bon. Je trouve ça vraiment très très fun. Cette fin elle est marrante. Et là c'est les différents bureaux, ok. Elle est où la sortie? Parce que je pense qu'il doit y avoir une sortie, une vraie sortie. Non? Hmm. D'accord. Elle est où la sortie? What? Ah c'est drôle. Ils font des vannes par rapport au développement du jeu, c'est drôle. D'accord. Il n'y a pas de fin? What the fuck? Comment je suis censé terminer ça? Il y a bien un endroit où je suis censé aller qui va déclencher la fin. Non? On va faire recommencer à nouveau du coup. On aura eu cette fin là du coup. Donc là... 434. Le 434 il est... Là.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Input received, ok. Donc là maintenant on va aller faire donc confusion. Donc là ici, on va à droite.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Voilà, maintenant ce room.
Detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Je prends l'ascenseur. Et ça nous donne une nouvelle fin. Ouais, c'est ça.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
De toute façon, on n'a pas le choix. Il n'y a pas le choix.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Il est confus. Ah, yes.
Left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Ok.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Ok, donc ça c'était Confusion. Donc. C'est là qu'on est censé interagir avec lui, non?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ok, bon, j'ai raté ce truc là, c'est pas grave. Bon. Cette fois-ci on va faire les autres fins, il y en a d'autres par la droite.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over completely.
Confusion, elle continue. Ah, damn, c'est trop bien. Je pensais vraiment qu'on allait continuer, qu'on allait partir sur d'autres trucs. Oh, c'est vrai. Ça explique pourquoi j'avais pas le input sur l'ordi de Stanley.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, ça y est, on est dans les backrooms. Oh, damn! Ok. Je passe par là où la lumière est éteinte. On est dans les backrooms. Oh! Ok. Ah, je suis
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Non, on est encore sur la confusing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Et il n'y a pas de porte.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oui, ce jeu est très particulier, mais j'adore ça. C'est trop bien, Stanley Parable, il est ouf ce jeu. Y a pas de porte ouverte.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Ah.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work.
Oh merde! Oh, c'est trop bien.
Job.
Ok.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ok.
Alright, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
J'ai envie de ne pas suivre la ligne. Et d'aller par là.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Line TM. Oh merde. Oh, c'est trop bien. Ok. Bon.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself?
La ligne est pas en vrille.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ah, cette fin qui n'a aucun sens, j'adore. Ouais, on pourrait totalement aller tout droit. Ça glitch. Ah, c'est trop bien.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
Elle va servir à rien. 100% elle va servir à rien.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... No, I can't take this anymore.
Elle part en vrille.
Restart.
À la fin, elle est super longue. C'est la fin Confusion, hein. Et elle est super longue. Ah oui, ça continue en plus. Oh, damn.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Ah, d'accord. Il veut nous faire tourner. Ok.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh merde.
Oh no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh merde.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me...
Le jeu qui te dit, t'es en train de partir en vrille depuis 16 minutes.
Eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break it?
J'ai envie de te dire que là, c'est pas juste le narrateur qui a fait ta réponse, c'est le jeu entier qui a fait un plomb.
Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Bonsoir.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have...
Attends, quoi? C'est la fin ou... Oui, c'est... Ouh, on l'a fini. Ah merde. On commence à péter un plan, c'était trop bien. Donc ça c'était Confusion. Donc si on prend l'ascenseur, donc maintenant il va falloir qu'on aille justement jusqu'au cargo. Donc on avait fait une des autres fins de tout à l'heure où on avait pris le... Comment dire, le truc, c'était lequel déjà? Ah je sais plus. Je crois que c'était Def qu'on avait pris. Je crois que c'était Def qu'on avait pris. Mais bon, en tout cas voilà. YouTube, si vous aimez cet épisode, likez, partagez, abonnez-vous. Dites-moi dans les commentaires. Parce que vous aussi vous êtes confus par cet épisode. Et sur ce, on se retrouve dans le prochain épisode. N'hésitez pas si vous voulez voir cet épisode en live à tout simplement venir me suivre sur Twitch, vous avez le lien dans la description. On se retrouve à la prochaine. Ciao YouTube.